Okay, so what do we have here? What's going on here? This is a 6 foot, probably by 2.5 feet that direction, but it's 2 feet deep stock tank that we had on the property when we moved here 4 years ago. Problem is, it was leaky and full of holes and at that time. So not a whole lot of good options when something's already rusted that bad. You can't fill it up with water because the water will just run right through. So we decided we were going to turn it into a flower box. So back when the tree fell down, we took all the branches that were, you're supposed to be spreading it out and making it even, right? No, you're digging another pile and building it up again. So we took all the branches that were about an inch or smaller, inch in diameter and smaller. So probably 2.5 centimeters or something in diameter and smaller. And just piled that all over in the bottom of this. So probably have about 1 foot of that. And then on top of that, we put probably 6 inches of leaves and chicken bedding. So we use pine shavings for our chicken. So we've been grabbing that and pulling it out. You need to spread it out, not just make a pile at the end, right? And we had that, and that was sitting there going for a couple months. We were also kind of using it as a compost bin. So anything that we had, we'd throw it out here. The disadvantage of that was the chickens found it, and like I said, like chickens do, they would come in here and scratched it, tilled it up, moved it around, and did a good job of that. So today we just topped the last 6 inches off with some peat moss and mix some sand in on top of it. So right now we're kind of trying to get it ready so we can plant some flowers this year, just to have flowers in it and keep it watered, and all the water will go down and help with composting all of the stuff that's under there. With keeping it wet and moist, the chicken bedding was already doing a pretty good job composting. Yeah. So right now, problem is we've got chickens that want to dig and scratch. So we're gonna have to do something about that. So sorry, I gotta move just a little bit because I know you're right there, and I don't want this pile here, so I'm just gonna move it out, spread it out just a little bit, get it away from the wall. Okay. So we found, when we decided that we didn't want the chickens in there anymore, that we could take all of the bark that was falling off the tree that we didn't put in the bottom, because we did get a lot of bark from when we cut the tree down. So bark, branches, all that stuff is down in the bottom. But we did realize that we could keep the chickens out of here by playing with their brains, making it so they couldn't do it. Hey guys, come on, let's make the puzzle. So we have lots of pieces of bark. And for right now, because we haven't planted anything in here, all I'm worried about is just keeping chickens from digging it out and throwing it out. So what we're going to do is, as somebody called it, make a puzzle. So I don't care if there's scraps and things.
It was useful.
We're just trying to get it as close together as possible, just to keep things from... That one's a big one. You want to step on that corner, see if we can break it? Step there. Now step on this. Okay, there we go. That did it.
That fits.
Like I said, all this is doing is just trying to
block the chickens.
Block chickens from... Please don't smash stuff. We don't want it tons of small pieces right now. It will eventually decompose too, but we're just trying to make it so that chickens cannot get in here and scratch and make a mess. Now, depending on what we plant in here, they will still try to eat it. But we'll try to pick something that they won't try to devour and make a big mess with. But we'll see what that is. Or if worse comes to worse, we can put caging around it, some chicken wire. A very true statement.
Arthur, just sitting on door.
Just like the tomato cages we have over there. We want to put tomatoes in them again, but the chickens
Arthur.
have realized that they can go in and peck at them, so I've got to protect whatever plants we put in. So right now, I'm going to back out a little bit. Please stop banging on them. I don't want them broken up right now. Okay, so we've got water right here by the hose. Not very wrapped up very good, but we'll get a bigger hose reel and wrap it up nicely. We have to pull this out and spread it out over the yard to get to some trees, so that's why it's... But right now, we're continuing with our puzzle.
Yay!
And we're going to get this covered up quick so that the chickens don't come up here and dig it all up. And we'll figure some flowers and plant them in here and
Hey Dad, you know the
see what they like or don't like.
I think it'll compose in no time
So-
because the bugs want to hide in the.
I know,
dark
they
spots,
will.
so
It will decompose.
they
We're
will
good.
decompose fast.
So let's get all this done. Douglas, come on, there's more over here. We need to finish this off. Okay, so what are we going to say to everybody?
Love ya, see ya, bye. Now, see
Talk
you
to y'all
in the next
later.
video. Love those
Have a great
comments.
day.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel.
And we'll see you next time. Love ya. See ya. Bye.
Let me comments.